So this is a 362 with an SXE cover, 68 millimeter turbine, and a 7.0 housing. It's got about 10,000 miles on it, and it works great if you're going to be over about 19 to 2000 RPM. For my particular truck, which I'll do a video on later about all the details, essentially cammed 12 valve, should make around 500 horse to the tire, 18 degrees of timing, 5x14s, delivery valves, injectors, built trans, of course, by Coffman Customs, all the basic bolt-ons there. But I just wanted a super clean running truck with not a lot of smoke, good single turbo, and not have to do compounds or anything too crazy. Above 2000, this turbo responds super quick. You can just mash your foot in the floor and it builds straight up. The boost needle on the gauge almost follows your foot. It's actually pretty damn cool, but just not where I want it to be, around 1700 to 1900 RPMs. It's right about 70, 75. So for towing it, I just need a little bit more boost to help with EGTs. So I bought a Savage Fabrication turbo, which is a HX Super 9. It's a 62-67 with a 9 centimeter housing, HX40 downpipe, just like this one was. So basically, both 62 millimeter compressors. Really, it's just the exhaust side that's the big difference. So like I said, I'm already kind of halfway through this install, but got this from Savage Fabrication. Shout out to those guys. Looks great. Again, it's basically a HE351 9 centimeter housing with a HX40 exhaust flange on it, 67 millimeter turbine, and a billet 62 millimeter compressor wheel. So pretty neat little mix up between new and old here. Hopefully it'll spool pretty quick. Finally got the drain on the turbo lined out. Just did a straight shot down with a nipple on it. Had a guy at work TIG weld that for me. Shout out to John, thanks. And then I got some hose to actually run down and try to make a nice pretty straight line or curved line without any kinks, and it just wasn't happening with the factory second gen drain into the block. So I took it out. That was this piece right here. So you can see by the hole. It just went up really close tight to the block, and you had to make virtually a right angle out of the turbo and then a right angle back into the block. Just a little too tight. So took that out and I'm gonna put in the straight style that I had lying around. So it's got O-ring on it too, but I'm gonna press fit that right back in there and have a nice straight shot and just one smooth curve all the way down with the drain. I'll show you that when I'm done. Alright, well, finally got the oil drain done. Oil changes from the bottom might be interesting with that filter right there. It's a little close, but it's easy to take the air box out. It comes right out the top. Everything's nice and smooth and out of the way. Redid this line here so it's nice and pretty down, and added some oil to the turbo just so it's not bone dry for startup. I think we're about done. Should be ready to go here pretty quick. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick startup, check for basic leaks before I button it all up back to normal. So let's see how she does. Okay, I think everything's good. Fixing to button her up, and we'll see how she drives tomorrow. Keep you guys updated, but it looks like everything went pretty straightforward. Alright, gonna do a quick start up here, just so you guys can hear the exhaust note. So finally got her up and running. Just some driving impressions around town. It's super quick. It's way better than it was before. It's about 300 RPM sooner than the SXE. Lights about 1600 RPM. Just cruising at, mild acceleration around town. It never comes really over about 800, 850 degrees. Before it would, run about 1,000 degrees around town. So this is with the blanket on it now. Same tune on the AFC Live. I didn't add any more fuel or anything. There's hardly any smoke output. Definitely cleans up a whole lot faster, and it's still, full tilt with the switch on full power mode. It'll still peg, 1600 degrees, but it takes about double the time frame to get there. Do a quick little launch here. Pull to about 65, still with the AFC tune, so it's not full power, but it's definitely more responsive, quicker, and for sure faster spooling than the SXE. Another quick little roll here, laying right in. Converter locks, she definitely pulls like a freight train. I've got overdrive off right now, not using my lockup switch, just letting the truck shift itself. It is much quicker response down low. Like I said, the other turbo, the 62 SXE, really started coming alive about 2000 RPM. This one is really about 1600. I'll kind of show you here, come down in a second. Lock the converter manually. See, so there's 1500 RPM, and I'm just gonna whack the throttle kind of like the other test I was doing, just to kind of show you guys where spool really comes on fast. So there's full floor. It's making about 20 pounds by 2000 RPM, and about 10 is right at 1600 right there. Kind of a bad representation, but it's super responsive. Pretty happy with it for the price difference. Couldn't go wrong, I don't think. Need to get some time with it actually behind the truck with weight. This is just running around town empty, and my main concern and problem with EGTs was towing. So gonna have to put some weight behind it, and that'll be another video. But just wanted to get you guys some feedback, because I'm gonna be gone for a few weeks, and it'll be a while before I can put some weight behind it and actually tow with this thing. But super excited, love the way it runs. Shout out to Savage Fabrication with their HX Super 9. Really works great, and I love driving my truck again. Thanks guys, we'll see you later, YouTube.